Hello, my name is Salman Hamid, and I'm Assistant Professor of Integrated Science and Humanities at Hampshire College.
I'm Kevin Anderson. I teach courses in film and anthropology at the University of Massachusetts, and this is Film Autopsy. Hello, and welcome to a film autopsy of two films. This is The End and The World's End. This is The End, written and directed by Evan Goldberg, and The World's End is written and directed by Edgar Wright and co-written with Simon Pegg, and Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright have collaborated before with this Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. So it's a great opportunity, I think, seeing both of these films to look at what is the contemporary state of American humor and British humor. And The World's End is a British film. And it's very funny, and then it as an end of the world kind of film, it has multiple genres. I think it's a bit unpredictable, and it's just funny, and the pacing is great all the way through. There's moments where actors are speaking over each other. It's fantastic. In This Is the End, James Franco's great. I really like Danny McBride in this film. I mean, Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill are always good, but they don't really seem to be like pushing themselves. That's fine. It was funny. But the humor in This Is the End is a little bit more dependent on being crass and being gross, don't you think?
Well, I think, first of all, I mean, the one reason why we can actually think about comparing these two films is because they're both good films. They're both funny films.
Yes.
Okay, so I think let's get it out of the way. Both are very funny. I mean, there are, like, but then the question comes in, okay, but what kind of humor? And I think, I know people have disagreed on that, but I actually agree with you on this particular point that The World's End, the humor is more literary. There are a lot of literary references. It's highbrow, and that's what they did very well in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. They are making a larger commentary on society, right? Shaun of the Dead was about sort of like life in London, you know, that you don't even recognize if there are zombies or not. And then Hot Fuzz was about quite suburban British
English
country
village.
Right? And we don't want to give anything away, but The World's End takes that into account and takes it further on a commentary on the current world in some sense, and because it's a world's end. So it's a trilogy in that
technology,
way. So, right, so technology is a really important component, and it makes a successful sort of like bringing together humor
Lack
and
of personal
keeps
connections.
the larger context in. Whereas This Is the End, which is also, I think, very funny, and don't forget Michael Cera, who's very good in this film.
A very different Michael Cera is so great because he plays himself.
Yeah, actually everybody's playing themselves in some sense. And it's a buddy thing. And
Emma Watson
and Judd Apatow. These are the sort of like descendants of Judd Apatow, a family of comedy. And yeah, I mean, this is more situational comedy. This is more about, as you said, being crass. But is there a larger point to it? No, but I would say it's
and not
still,
that there needs to be.
Right. I mean, it's still very funny.
They're not like not reaching their goal. I don't think they set off to make some higher brow film that's funny and about the end of the world. It's very much about friendship,
right?
Okay, and it's about the fact that it takes place in Hollywood and is full of Hollywood actors. It also comments a bit about the kind of dehumanizing effects of the movie industry or Hollywood culture, and people just looking out for themselves and forgetting their past friends, but like
and about the fact that it is about rapture. Which plays a funny, interesting role in the fact that in Rapture, when some people have disappeared, everybody
ascend heaven.
Everybody at James Franco's party. So this thing is happening at James Franco. Nobody has disappeared, right? Or nobody has ascended. So that's and nobody even has noticed. That something has happened.
So
I mean,
good.
I think that
kind of elitism in Hollywood is a little bit of a commentary.
And it's the Hollywood Hills that are burning and all of that stuff. So I think those things are there. But I think there are two different kind of films, and it's a good comparison. But yeah, I mean, it depends on your choice. I would say
This Is the End or The World's End.
And I think it's a highbrow, lowbrow, but both are good.
Both are enjoyable.
None of them are sort of like bad comedies.
And don't worry, if you end up watching them, it doesn't mean that the world will end. I think you're safe.
What was the other film that came out a year and a half ago? There was another.
Melancholia?
Well,
I don't know if that would mix with these two.
I'm not sure that's a comedy. I don't know, maybe for some people. But weren't there a couple of other films that came out? But anyway, but this is, in terms of funny films, these would be the two films.
Good winter viewing.